Hi YouTube, it's Kayla again. Today's video I want to talk about ways that I saved money for nursing school, or how I saved it during nursing school. And basically these are just little tips and tricks that I did most of them, not all of them, to try to save a little bit of money. So, if you are almost out of financial aid, or you don't qualify, or you simply just don't have the means to pay for college, maybe some of these tips and tricks will help it so that you can do what I'm doing and going into nursing school. These are not for everybody, and that's okay. These are just things that have helped me. So I have my handy dandy list here, and let's get started. The first thing that I did to try to save money for nursing school is I coupon. I am not the best couponer, and I'm not the most extreme, but when I coupon, I coupon. And so what I did for my supplies, my pens, pencils, erasers, notebooks, things like that, in the Sunday paper, right around school time for back to school shopping, they give out coupons, and I happened to see a bunch of pens, pencils, and things like that that were pretty high value coupons. One of them being it was Bic stationery. So what I did is I ordered a bunch of just those online, and I cut them all out. And when I ordered a bunch, I ordered like 50 coupons. And I got all kinds of pens, pencils, and whiteout for free. Because once in a while at Target or at Staples, and then there was one other store, I think it was CVS or Walgreens, they will go on sale for 99 cents each, and the coupon was $1, which means they were free. You may have to pay tax, but really I only paid maybe $1 or $2 in tax. It didn't really cost me much, but now I have all those that will last me well until the end of my senior year. And worst comes to worst, I can give them away. The second thing that I did to try to save money was I bought used textbooks. Now, there's a lot of people out there that will tell you don't buy them because they may be out of date, they may be this, that, and the other. It just so happened that the girl that I bought my textbooks from graduated 2 years ago. So yeah, these books are 2 years old, but I think one of them had the online codes in them that I supposedly needed, and I've never used them. And I bought 23 books from her. 23. And she asked me for $600 for all of them, which I gladly gave her, because when I went to go do the math out, it was close to $3,000 that I would be spending in books, and I just don't have that kind of money. Financial aid isn't going to cover all of it, etc., etc. So I saved up money because at the time I didn't have all of it, and she was kind enough to wait. I think I asked for a month, which was a long time for somebody that probably needed the money to be so kind to wait for me to pay her all the money. But I made sure to do good, and I said, if the month has passed, feel free to sell them. If you want to sell them now, I don't blame you. Go ahead. But she was super nice, and she waited for me. And then that covered the majority of my books for my first semester. I did end up buying 2 or 3 more that we needed that were new books that they didn't have in the curriculum. But other than that, all those books are going to cover me for first, second, third, and fourth semester, with a few in between each one that I would need for extra. The third thing that I did to help save money, not really save money, but yeah, it kind of is, I work at the school. A lot of times colleges will have part-time jobs, or even one day a week or just a few hours a week that you can work at the college. Now, if you work for the college itself, most of the time that money goes right to your account instead of into, a check form where you get paid. I work in the cafe. The cafe is run separately than the school, which means I actually get a paycheck. I don't have that money going into my account. So that being said, the second semester of school that I did before nursing is I worked 2 days a week. I worked Mondays and Wednesdays, I think. And it only ended up being like 10 hours or so each week. but it paid for my gas. And that was the main thing. It was expensive to go an hour away, so I needed something to pay for my gas. The first semester of nursing school, I worked on Fridays. Only Fridays unless he absolutely needed me, and then I could maybe help out. That was only like 4 to 5 hours. So it didn't cover my gas as much as the semester beforehand, but it still covered a lot of my gas that I needed. And when you're going up to school every day of the week, it's helpful. It's so helpful to have just an extra $50 a week, you know? So I had, each week I'm going up there, and it costs me about an average of $10 to $15 a day to travel an hour that way. So last semester I was working on Fridays. I could go in as early as 7, and then I ended up staying until noon. Most of the time I didn't go until 8 because it was so slow and I didn't want to take that money away from them and potentially get them in trouble. So I want to say I made $10.50 an hour. That pretty much covered my gas for the week. Maybe not all of it, but most of it. And this semester we're working on a schedule to hopefully get me up there for this one as well, because that would be really nice, but thankfully I'm picking up hours at my other job. So anyways, back to my list. The fourth thing that I did to help save money for nursing school, scholarships. Duh! I cannot stress that enough. Get you a scholarship. Seriously. I got myself 2 of them for first and second semester. I don't have one yet for the third or fourth, which I gotta figure out soon because I think they are gonna start for those scholarships in March or April for the following semester. So what I did is my parents' job that they have up here, they work in what are unions, that help workers and whatnot. And the union that my mom works for had a scholarship that she told me I should probably apply for because their workers, their children can apply to those. So I applied and somebody else did too, which means that $1,000 scholarship got split 2 ways. $500 for me, $500 for him, which was great. But my scholarship for that only came for the second semester, would not apply to my first. So I really had to make sure that I passed my first in order to get it. The other scholarship that I got was at the school itself, and it was a foundation scholarship, so outside donors give money to the school to give out to these kids. I applied for that and ended up getting it. There's only 40 of us that got one, and what that one was $1,000 split for the 2 semesters, so the first and second, $500 and $500. And with my school, they only charge about $2,000 a semester, I think, or a year. I think it's a year. And so pretty much the scholarships have covered my tuition, which was amazing. Which takes me to my next thing. Number 5 is going to a community college. And I know the stigma against that and why people say it's so poor and that they're not as good as universities, which they could be. But from my experience, the universities that we have here are party schools, and nobody ever learns, and when they all just drop out. And the community colleges really are much more inexpensive. They're much more pushing, you to actually finish. They want you to, and that's why there was 2-year degrees and 4, not just the 4. And I know my experiences at the university were not as good as a community college. So they're much less expensive, so you can pay for things a little bit better. It's all around just a good idea. My 6th thing would be putting away money every week before you actually start college. Because if you think about it, if you can work during the summer before you go to school, you're going to be able to work all those hours compared to when you're in school and you can't work as many hours. Be smart, put some money away. It doesn't have to be much, but give yourself a cushion. What if your car breaks down and you need to work an extra 20 hours this week, but you have school, you have nursing, you have clinicals you gotta think about, you gotta study or you're gonna fail. Be smart. Put money away. Put it aside. Just have it drawn out of your drawn out of your check every week, and just forget about it. And then when a rainy day happens and you really need it, you can have it. If you need that gas money, you need that extra textbook, you need a new stethoscope because this one got ruined, you have it. even if it's only 20 bucks a week, and you work, the 10 weeks during summer that you have, that's $200. May not be much, but it's something. It's a cushion. And I've always stressed that to myself, to my family, that you always over budget, because over budgeting means that you're allotting for more and you're thinking to yourself, I'm not going to end up with this much at the end of the day, but here's a little bit extra because you over budgeted. So say your light bill is usually $117 a month, jumping up to $125. What's the $7 going to cost you? Nothing. That's extra in case something comes out of your account that you forgot about. So yeah, put money away. It will help. The seventh thing that I would do to help save money, taking college credit courses while you're in high school. Now, I wish I had been that smart and I had taken more than I had. So I took college level English, which was fine because that did transfer over. It happened to be the school that I'm going to, so there are no issues. But be smart about it. Do well in that class so that you don't have to spend that money. If you think that it's $2,000 a year for that community college because you're going to take 4 and 4 for classes, that's what, $200 or so for a class, $250? You can just save that money instead of spending it on a class that you've already taken. Because most of the time it's free through high school. I took that class and I took another one. I don't remember what it was. And unfortunately, I didn't pay attention to that one as well, so I got a C, which brought my GPA down a little bit. So when I did go to this college, I really had to work my butt off to kind of raise it because a C can really drop your GPA. And when your GPA needs to be a 3.0 and you only have a C and an A grade, it doesn't balance out to a 3.0 like you would want. So yeah, take those because they do help a lot. The eighth thing that I would say, donation bins and secondhand. So when we first started nursing at the school, they had a box of used nursing equipment and clothing, your scrubs. I went over, I got a pair of pants, and I got a top. Great, that was at least an outfit that I had in case I didn't have that money. That helped me save on an outfit, and when each article was $24 each, I didn't have $50 to spend, so that kind of saved me some money. And now that I made it through the first semester, I was able to get another set, so I didn't have just one. So yeah, that really helped. And sometimes you can find people that have 8 stethoscopes and they don't need all of them and they want to sell them. Or if you just Google or go on Facebook on the marketplace and look up for nursing stuff, you can find things pretty cheap, and oftentimes they're brand new in the box like my stethoscope was. The ninth thing that I would say is asking to do your clinicals at the closest site available. I did not do this and I regret it. I regret it because I could have gone to a place that's a half hour from me rather than an hour, and I could have dropped my youngest daughter at daycare versus now I have to drop both my girls off at their dad's house at 5:30 in the morning because I gotta book it up to school or up to my clinical site. And if I didn't have to go that far, I'd only have to drop off my oldest and they could sleep in. So save on gas, save on babysitters, things like that. It's just much easier. Just do it. And my number 10 thing to save money is ink. Oh my lord, ink and paper. If you can get them on sale, get them on sale. Or if your school does a free print credit, print everything that you possibly can there because it will get expensive. For me, I can't print everything at the school, so I ended up buying a printer at the end of last semester when I should have had it in the beginning because doy. And when I was having issues, I ended up calling the support people for HP, Hewlett Packard, and I asked them to help me connect my computer to my printer. And he's like, hey, we have a special going on for students that I think it's 3 months they give you for free ink. And what happens is you get 300 pages a month that's free. When your printer starts getting low, it sends a message to Hewlett Packard saying, hey, low ink, send them more ink now. And if you go over the 300, you just have to pay the extra whatever pages amount it was. And if it's under, they roll over to the next month. So if you only use 200 pages the first month, you can have 400 for the next. Saves money if you ask me. And what so happens is that the guy had given me a code, so I actually have 7 months of free printing. I used my first, and now I'm on my second. So far, they've sent me 2 packages of ink, color, and black. It doesn't matter which one goes out more. They always just send both of them, which is nice. So yeah, that is my list of how to save money during nursing school, especially when you're a single mom. It doesn't have much of an income. I hope this helps you guys. I really do. It helped me, and I can't wait to find more ways. And when I do, I will let you guys know. As always, guys, keep on nursing.